that, let's kick off and just, yeah, open up the conversation. So we're going to start with a little bit of an open conversation. And what we are going to start is, thinking about just foregrounding in our minds our beautiful African context and the fact that Africa really does face a fairly unique set of issues. Um, and our youth in this continent on this continent, it obviously varies from country to country what the issues are, but African youth do face quite quite a significant set of challenges. We should also not forget that there are a significant set of opportunities, and so we would like to sort of hold that balance between, yes, there's a very challenging environment, but there are also opportunities available to us that we might not always be fully cognizant of, and to try and raise our awareness a little of those. But we do face unique challenges, including challenges around high unemployment rates, limited access to quality education, and pretty significant systemic inequalities. But there are also unique opportunities. And we hope that today, through amplifying our voices in this room, but also through creating consciousness of listening into the voices in this context, we start to better understand these challenges and to co-create solutions that address these specific needs. And in that exercise, there is nothing quite so powerful as listening to the voice of youth. Not on their own, because all voices matter, but certainly in taking into account that youth have an incredibly special perspective and they have an incredibly special energy around change making. And that is, not unique to our time or place. This is across the history of humankind. Youth bring fresh perspectives, innovative ideas, and the energy that's actually needed to drive social, economic, and political change. And in general, they're at the forefront of new movements advocating at the moment for climate action, social justice, and technological innovation. And so, just asking you to have a look at that and feel how that resonates with you in your own experience. We're going to invite you in a second just, to step into some conversation about that and to precipitate that. What I'd love to do, because really what came through from your responses on the RSVPs were incredible. But just to bring a few of those voices from the RSVP forms into the room, um, you know, and to look at these two big questions. What does it mean for youth? What does it mean for youth to be seen, heard, and loved? It means I have a space to express my true self. I'm given opportunities. I can express myself without being judged. If I can make a positive impact, it gives me a sense of being seen, heard, and loved. To be involved in the decisions concerning my life. To be seen as somebody who actually has the power to influence others. To feel included. To be fully accepted. I love this. Whoever put this one in, please, we'd love to hear your voice now. But to be fully understood, accepted, and adored for who I am without masks or pretense, where my essence is celebrated, and to be accepted and embraced with unwavering acceptance. So on it goes, these incredibly powerful reflections on what it means to be seen, heard, and loved. That when people listen to my voice and I know that I can make a difference and people listen to my ideas and perspectives, I have a sense of belonging. I feel attached to my community. When I'm acknowledged for the work that I've done, it really energizes me to do more. And so I'm going to pause there actually. Well, actually, no, let me just ask if we can quickly run through this lot, because what we'd like to do now is just open up the conversation and ask what in your opinion, does it mean to be seen, heard, and loved? And to land that into your own lived experience. Where have you experienced this? What has it felt like? Could you share with us, and could we open up a conversation about that? So again, and I'll go through these quickly because Gugu, I see your hand is up. Just some beautiful reflections. I felt like I belonged. It made a huge difference, and I was able to learn from my mistakes. It allowed me to see the other side of my country, to know people on a deeper level, to broaden my perspective, strengthen my connections. I felt motivated to excel. It improved my self-confidence and my self-belief. It boosts my creativity and energy to perform. I felt I mattered. So, on the basis of those beautiful reflections, I'm going to stop the slides and I'm going to open up the floor.
And they're not sure of what to say or do. So starting this youth center in the rural areas is to give them a voice, and to make them feel comfortable and confident in themselves so that they can speak up. So even now, I've invited them in, some of them, to this dialogue so that they can start interacting with people from other areas, and their confidence will start building up. So that is what I'd like to bring to the table, the fear of speaking up, because they're always threatened, and that makes them not sure of themselves.
Fantastic, thank you. And Gugu, would it be possible for us just to meet the three young people in their room? Who are with you, so that we can hear their voices?
They are here, but
hear their names.
I don't know why my video is not picking them up. Can you see them?
No, we can't see them, but we can hear them.
But we'll be happy to hear them.
Okay, speak up, say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Just speak to them. I don't know why my video is not.
I
just
think
say
the
your
camera
names
should be
and
blocked.
introduce yourselves.
Should be close. The camera should be close.
Gugu,
the camera of your computer should be close. Can you please
share their names with us?
So say your name. Next. Next.
Nice to meet you all.
I don't know if you got that.
So good to meet you all, guys. It really is. Welcome. We look forward to seeing you later. Gugu, just for if you've been on any Teams or any Google Meet lately, go close that window because it's trapped your camera. That's probably what's happened.
Oh, is that what's happening? Okay, I'll try and find it. Okay.
Fantastic.
We would, Robin, we would like everyone who has joined us to just make sure they have their names on, because I can see some names of either computers or phones, so we don't want to see the computers, names, or phones. We want to see your names. So if you can change your name and put your name instead. If you cannot, so we can help you. I can help you do that. So if you can just tell me who your names are and what your names are, and I'm going to put them on the screen. So we really would love to hear you. So we'll give the floor.
Voice to what the previous speakers have said. But then I would also love to first appreciate the AVD for creating this space where the youth can express how they would love to be seen, heard, and loved. So adding to my voice to Gugu, where she said that not everyone is gifted in the same way. Someone might be gifted maybe in the academic part, and the other one maybe in the crafts world. And I feel like we should really provide spaces, different sector spaces, where if I'm talented academically, I know where to go, I know the people to talk to, I know where I would usher out my ideas and their value. I would also love to talk about the issue of marginalization that is based on identity, especially gender, sexual orientation. Like, for example, I am a refugee from Chakatu, but then when you come to the camp, literally there is a marginalization based on tribes, ethnicity, and also gender, where women voices are not valued as male voices. So I would love us, like in the process of creating the safe spaces where voices of the youth can be seen, heard, and loved, I would love for us to have a way forward, like an immediate action point that maybe, yes, we are thinking of this, but then how are we going to create the spaces and how best are we going to put our ideas into action so that the voices of the youngsters are really heard, seen, and valued. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mutesi. So Sipo, I see your hand is up, but Mohammed Ferde, I know that you were also keen to talk. So Mohammed, if you'd like to go, and then Sipo.
Yeah, greetings. Hello, everyone. And I am right in the farm, and I don't have yeah, I hope you can get me clear.
Yes, we can hear you
Okay.
very clearly.
Okay. This is Mohammed from Sierra Leone. I am the founder and executive director for Ticado, also working on establishing the National Young Farmers in Sierra Leone. In my own perspective, I love to be seen and heard by really seeing that what we as young people are suggesting are really implemented. We see that our ideas are putting into actions. In Sierra Leone, there are lots of UN agencies and other development partners, also governments calling on young people to actively participate in ensure that the sustainable development goals are achieved by 2030. And also Sierra Leone government has made agriculture as the flagship programs. They are calling on young people to actively take part into the agricultural sector. I really want to be specific into agriculture because I'm here representing young farmers. But when it comes in terms of taking decisions, we are not called on the table to be able to improve agriculture. Look at farmer everywhere doing the hard work, but when it comes in terms of taking up decisions, they are not fully involved. In some cases, they will call us on conference, on some summits. We discuss issue and have action plans, but the year will round and they go to another summit. They will not implement these ideas, and they will not call us again moving further. It means they have asked us, we have suggested, but they are not implementing our ideas. Instead, they implement their ideas. So that's one way. And I don't see that our voice is heard, because if our voice are heard, if we suggest something at the end of the day, we have to be part of the implementation, and we want to see these actions are really implemented in the field. Also, for us as African here, it's difficult for us to have tools. Young people don't want to go to the farm and become poor as well. I want to become one of the richest person. That's why I'm in the farm. But if we are not equipped, we are not given the tools we need to do the agriculture sector, we'll spend how many years in the farm. At the end of the day, we'll not be able to achieve our dreams. So they ask us to come to the farm, but at the end of the day, we are not supported with what we need. And you risk your rest of your life, you will not be able to make it, and you become dropout. So that means it's just a trap when the adults are calling young people to the farm. For us to go there, at the end of the day, they are not supporting us fully the way we're supposed to be supported. So that's why I'm trying to really set up the National Young Farmers Network so that we can come together and amplify our voices. We started to raise concern on some of these things. We live in a country where they will announce a huge amount of money to agriculture, and they will announce some implement for agriculture, some support for agriculture, but it will not reach the young people. It will just be between the adults. Young farmers they are not getting this support. So we really want to unite as African, as Sierra Leoneans, young farmers, so we can start talking about this. And I have the intention of expanding this network to the entire African continent. That's what we are working on. Thank you.
I think Mohammed needs a round of applause because that's just about, you know, this constant asking for opinions without implementing. It's just.
I hope you guys can hear me well. My name is Nimski. I am 15 years old and I live in Morocco. I'm still a student. And I've had an experience, but first I would like to say, as a young person, to be seen and heard is like very important to me because it can give one a sense of feeling of like they belong and that they have a seat at a table where they're heard. And I believe that the younger generation, the newer generation, if we are given a chance, we could change and impact the world in a really beautiful way. So I used to live in America, and I never had a sense of belonging there because I wouldn't see people with the same name as me, the same culture as me. So really, I just felt excluded. And once I came to Morocco, I found people that were just like me with the same name. I didn't have to explain what my name is, what my culture is, and it just made me like feel really warm inside. And it was like really nice. Of course, it did take a lot to try and get used to it because then they thought of me as an American, not a Moroccan. And I just was never taken seriously at all. But I believe that it's really nice to have your voice be heard and taken seriously. And I've had that experience just a couple weeks ago in Marrakesh at an event that my dad hosted. They were doing workshops, and they were talking about all their experiences. It was just a bunch of teachers, and I was the only student. And once it got to my turn to speak, I really appreciated how everybody listened to me and nodded their heads in agreement and were smiling and enjoying my input. So yeah, thank you for listening.
So let us go into some breakaway rooms. So sorry, we've got such beautiful hands up. So if we can, keep your thoughts, please. Let's go into breakaway rooms. Let's have the opportunity to ensure that every voice has an opportunity to share. And then when we come back, we'll have some more time to reflect back into this space together. Please also post your thoughts into the chat so that we can just assimilate and gather these very, very rich insights. And so as we go now into breakaway rooms, I'm going to open up. There should be 5 or 6 people in each room. In each room, there is a young, vibrant, phenomenal leader who's been asked to help ensure that every voice is heard. And so if whoever is in your room, and if there isn't one of you in the room, for those people who are in the room, please pay attention to ensure that every voice is heard, that everybody has an opportunity to share and to speak. And in bringing your own experiences, just be cognizant, of the time and the capacity that will leave for everybody else to be heard. And so as we go into the breakaway rooms, if we can just continue in this theme, what is it that it means for you, for people to be seen, heard, and loved? And when has there been a time that that's really been experienced in your own life? What has it felt like? And what impact has it had? How has it supported you? In the middle of the night, Fiston, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Robin. No, it's not actually night. It's pretty much hot here. I'm yawning. I'm hungry. Thank you, Atif. I think what you just brought up added, ties to a couple questions that I did have before writing in the chat. When writing in the chat, I had to grapple with concepts around community. It's like, where? To be heard, where? To be seen, where? Or to be supported, where? You know, in our breakaway room, I did share a story briefly. I said, I was born in a family that didn't really like, wasn't good with love thing, relationship, you know. And as a result, I had to give up my mom and dad and then started living with my grandparents, whom I looked up as my parents. So oftentimes I would express my need like a normal young boy. And they would answer, there's there's a generalization we give to how African mothers respond. My mom would only hum and say, which means I heard. Look, and if you keep reminding her this, you'll be beaten, you'll be flogged, you'll be punished for repeating that over and over. And let's utilize that as a compass on how things are being done, the power dynamics, the relationship dynamics between generations. People considered to be older versus those who are considered to be younger. You read a lot of proposals, articles, books. It's like, we need to do this for our youth. I'm like, hello, we are here. We are not dumb. We're not stupid. Not do this for our youth. We need to do this with our youth. I would like also to challenge it, all the people who are here. It's not that young people are the future of this world. We are the present, the goddamn present of this world. You don't build it without our strength. Okay. Everything you also happen to do was built when you were young. Did you realize that? Now you see today with a lot of logic. Yes, we would like to use that logic. And we want to be the legs and the eyes and the ears too. We want to be in action. So active, yes, power, freedom. But also let's really think about the layers of communities. In what space? Where? Okay, how, like, what does it even mean to be heard? Because if I said something and you heard, okay, what's next? Did you even listen? Or you just heard?
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Did you even listen? You only heard me. Yeah, you heard me. So what? It's actually disrespectful if you only heard my expression, what I expressed, and I didn't see any changes. Also, I'm a bit perplexed with how the narrative out there tells me, young boy, to believe in my own ability and don't seek validation. I am confused. Not seek validation and believe my own ability. Yeah, I do believe my own ability. But telling me to fly by my own wings, that's not possible. It's not. So as a young, yes, please.
Fiston, very quickly, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'll go back to you. We just want to say to Wiam that we heard her saying hi, and we'll get back to her as soon as possible. So you can keep going, Fiston.
Thank you. So I'll really be short.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
We hear you, and we'll get back to you as soon as Fiston finishes what he has to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm gonna finish and say, I would really like to see. The time was short actually. I would like to see the intergenerational coffee time. This not vertical power structure, but horizontal power structure, where I get to feel like I am teaching Robin, and Robin feels like he's also teaching me. It doesn't feel like I'm looking up to Robin as the know-it-all person. I'd like to see a society where Robin is interested to hear what I got to say, and how we can utilize that to contribute to what Robin has to offer to me. Because if you come to help me, if I have a birthday and I'm starving and you bring me pants, yes, I'm gonna take pants, but I didn't tell you to bring pants. Yes, I'm gonna thank you for pants, but I didn't need pants. Had you asked me what I like the most, maybe you'd know the taste of the food I like. And by bringing that food, you'd be the best person, I ever admire. So oftentimes, even the organizational level, you see this, there's this fund allocated to young youth in this education, something. No, it's not that. We want to be there when you're planning, when you're writing that. We want to know. So we tell you, no, this is not what we want at this time. Yeah, I'll be short. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fiston. Yeah, definitely. We learn from each other a lot. VM, we'd really love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, thank you. I'm from Morocco, I'm 16 years old. So I want to say just being heard, seen, and loved mean a lot. It means that the others will be interested with our ideas and actually care about it. As a young generation, we care about listening to the others and care about them and help them to find solutions to their problems. A lot of time, I just like feel that my voice is not important and heard just because of being young, and that things I think for me it's so wrong because we should be able to talk and be cared, and we should say the other people support our ideas. Um, and if you just like think that my idea is so wrong, just give me advices, not don't care about me. Do you understand me? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne.
Anybody else who'd like to just feedback into this space? What moved you? What touched you? What really struck you as you were listening in your rooms? And while we're waiting, thank you, Gugu. Carry on, Gugu.
Hi, Robin.
Letty, carry on, and then Gugu.
Yeah, okay. In our group, our youth leader Yusuf said something outstanding there, that this development that we are seeking, it's just going to take time. It's a process. We need to be patient about it. There is a need for government to be involved because they are the policy makers. They are making policies for us, and we really need them to be there, to work with us, work with NGOs, then work with the youth. Then there was a striking question to ask if the youth really knows what they want, because sometimes they are so lost. They are going to school just to grow up. After matric, after final year at high school, they are lost. So Sbongile, our other youth girl in the house, was quick to say that it takes time for the youth to figure out what they want. They try so many sectors until they reach where they belong. So the older generation must just mentor them and also be patient with them. We had the privilege of having Sue in our group. Sue said she envied the youth of today because of the networking which is available, something which she never experienced in the older days. So because of networking technology, the youth are able to share their views, to guide each other, to get together in groups, and also that feeling of loneliness is no longer there. So they're able to verbalize their feelings. Like now, the platform we have now, it's something that was not there in the previous years. Then Abdelaziz was saying that dialogue is very important because it's gonna generate ripple effects. So after this dialogue, there are some things which are going to stand out. We are going to feel challenged and definitely gonna work on it. Then we have a question to everyone. Culture. How is culture letting the girls down? What's your view? Our African culture, we can marry someone as young as 15, a girl child. What does that say about us as a nation, about the future of this youth who is automatically becoming an adult, forced to be a mother to the whole village? Thanks, Robin.
Thank you,
Robin?
Yeah.
Very quickly, I would like to add that what we heard from Sibongile is that at a given moment, the young people can be doing many things at the same time because they are lost, because they don't know what they want. But at the same time, the adults don't understand this. But at the same time, that's how youth learn. Exactly. So I think it's very strong to say that if you see us doing many things at the same time and you think we are lost, we are probably lost, but that's how we learn. I think it's a great message. It's a very strong message to every one of us today.
Yeah. Hallelujah. Yes.
Hello,
And
hello.
yes, carry on, and then Gugu. Is it you, Mohammed?
Yeah, so
Okay.
so what stood out for me from our group is everyone was sharing about the youth and being given opportunities and being heard. And Melogushe from our group, who is with me here, raised the fact that having someone to speak to when you've been laughed at and you've been spoken down to, because there's been a lot of suicides in the area. So that for me stood out because, you know, it means centers like these and dialogues like these are really important for them to know as well that they are heard, that there is someone who listens to them, that they, you know, because sometimes they are laughed at by their peers. It's their peers that laugh at them. So others drop out of school and all of those things. So those are things that we need to look at. And sometimes the teachers, they don't even know whether to speak to the teachers because the teachers don't take them seriously as well. And at home as well, the parents have other things to worry about. So they die inside without talking to anybody.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Gugu. Thank you. That's really moving. And yeah, just so great. This is wonderful. Lots of hands up. I just want to drop a thought in, which for me, and I think for us in this space, is why we do this is because we know that we need to be seen, heard, and loved. And so if we know that we need to be seen, heard, and loved, then isn't it necessary for us to really grow our capacity to see, hear, and love others? Because, you know, to hold that balance, how do we also, at whatever age we are, but really from an adult generation, how do we learn how to really witness, see, hear, pay attention, love young people? And as young people, how do we learn also how to bring those skills, which might not make us money, but they are critical for us to thrive? How do we bring those skills? How do we become intentional about growing our ability to see, hear, and love each other? Amina, then would you like to go next?
Yes, hello. I just shared a question to know more about your opinions. It was like, how can technology be leveraged to amplify Africa youth voices on a global scale? So, in my opinion, to amplify Africa youth voices on a global scale, technology can be a powerful tool. Platforms like social media, online forums, and digital storytelling can provide young people in Africa with a global audition to share their perspectives, experiences, and ideas. By leveraging technology, Africa youth can connect with peers worldwide, collaborate on projects, and advocate for change on an international level. Additionally, digital tools can facilitate the creation of multimedia content, virtual events, and online calls, Zoom calls. Thank you.
Thank you, Amina, from your lips. Mohammed, you were waiting to speak for a little while, and then Butena and whoever Vivo is.
Yeah, I just want to say, respond to one of the speaker which says young people most cases are lost. And I think it's responsibility of educational institution to implement mentorship to guide young people on their career. And I think this is what lost in Africa. In most cases, we focus on the curriculum, completing the syllabus. Teachers and schools are running without mentors. At the end of the day, children are going in the wrong faculties, and at the end of the day, we end up to enter the wrong career. It would be good like the schools take up this again to ensure that children are well guided in school through mentorship, and that will help we young people to be on track. And also, it's true to say that in many things is not wrong. For you, sometimes, as long as you different opinions about what it means to be heard, loved, and seen, and if you are not discussing, not having this forum, like you only have one perspective in every single aspect. But being part of this discussion, I've really opened my mind, listening to different people, how they feel loved, how they want to be heard, and how they want to be seen as well. So I would really love to continue being part of this dialogue. And I want to say thank you to Madam Ria, who connect me with the African Young Voices, and also the organizer of the African Young Voices. Thank you.
Who also helped raise this hand. But we also have, because Tasneem talked about Palestine, and we have a Palestinian young lady with us who is Tala Bilal from Palestine. We also would like to hear her after that. So do you want us to go to Amina first, Robin?
Yes. I think let's if we can, let's go to Amina.
Yes.
Tala, Akimu, and then Sibo. Can I ask you to please get those kids with you to say hello to us before we go into the next truncated phase of our dialogue today? Amina, over to you. Akimu, Tala, then Sibo, and then we'll see how we're doing with time. We might be able to have one more breakaway room quickly. So Amina, over to you.
Hello, small reminder. My name is Amina Ma'alainain and I am 16, Moroccan girl. I want to talk about how can a supportive community can be very important to young people to express more about their feelings and everything. Because I feel like we should do things to express, not to impress others. And I feel that parents have a big role in their children's life to help them being seen, heard, and loved. Because by actively listening to their children, validating their feelings, and providing a safe space for open communication, parents can help foster a strong sense of self-worth and belonging in their children. Showing empathy, offering support, and expressing affection are very important ways for parents to show their love to their children and help them to be loved and seen and heard. And that can also help children to not be bullied in schools, because we know how there is a lot of children that are struggling with bullying. And I feel like both people that bully and people who got bullied are struggling with some traumas. Like, I don't think there is someone who's gonna bully others just without any reason. I feel like they have maybe they are insecure or seeking power or control or any attention. So I feel like it's a very important problem to solve. Thank you.
Thank you, Amina.